The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome to the Happiness Jungle TV show with yours truly, Lindy Eldridge. I'm very happy today to be able to bring to you all the way from Tennessee a sister of mine who is spiritually bound because she loves to make the world a better place. This woman has victorious coaching skills that will blow your life up. And I mean that with every bit of inspiring zazz that I have within me. I had the great fortune of meeting her back in October of 2017, and just being in the presence of Valerie has changed my life in so many fabulous ways, and you're going to be able to feel her today. Miss Valerie Priester from Tennessee is with us today. She is all about designing your victory. Can you feel that? Designing your victory. You take ownership for you, and let's go ahead and bring Valerie on. Hey, Valerie, how are you?
I am absolutely amazing. Hi, Lindy. It's so good to be here with you.
Oh, I am so excited. I love that color on you, orange. I could feel your energy all the way from Tennessee to New Hampshire. Oh, Miss Valerie.
It's my happy color.
I am telling you, you inspire me. Share with my audience everything that there is to share about you, because you've inspired me since October, and I want them to hear from your lips how they could literally start changing their lives right now just because of your words of wisdom.
Thank you so much. Well, Lindy, I have been in the coaching industry for 9 years now, and it's truly a calling for me. It's something that I stumbled upon. I was working with 5 women, and I didn't even know what coaching was. But they were like, oh my God, you've changed my life. You've helped me so much. You should really look into what this coaching thing is all about. And I did. And I found that this is my calling. This is my heart. This is my passion, really being able to help women and men. I've worked with a few men, so we won't discard them. But my audience is women, really helping them to understand and know their power, know that they have the ability to be, do, and have whatever it is they want in life. And working with women and helping them to design their victory, that's just my passion. I love it. I love seeing women bloom and blossom and do the things that they thought they couldn't do. That's what I spent my last 9 years doing.
Wow. Prior to your last 9 years, what were you doing?
Oh, dear. I was a lead project manager for probably about 14 years and had a very stressful job. I was that person that, everything was on my shoulders, right? I had a team of people that didn't really report to me directly, but they were on my projects, and therefore I was responsible for them and their work. And so it was a very stressful job. And I started my business in the midst of working that stressful job. So I would work 12, 14-hour days and come home and spend another 3-4 hours building my business and working on my business. I was just that passionate about being able to help other people.
Wow. My goodness.
Yeah.
Now, did you always work and live in Tennessee?
No, I am a Florida girl. Can you believe that?
What part of Florida
I
are
am
you from?
originally from Florida. My husband is a Michiganer. So, of course, when I married him, it's something about you have to live with him when you marry him,
Yeah,
right?
it works that way. It will work better.
So when we got married 18 years ago, we first made a pit stop in Brazil because he had an assignment. He was working with Chrysler, had an assignment in Brazil for 3 years. And so I got married. He whisked me away to Brazil. I stayed there for a year and a half, came back to the States, moved to Michigan, the wonderful, cold state of Michigan. Stayed there for 13 years. My husband retired now, oh my goodness, 10, 11 years ago.
Wow.
And we'd always said that, when he retired, we wanted to move south because it would get me closer to my family.
Oh,
So when he retired, he had some first cousins that he was raised with, like brothers, and they talked us into moving to Nashville. Best decision of our lives.
oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
we love it.
I love that. So to really expose yourself and to get your clients, for your clients to hear your words, are you networking? How are you going about building yourself and your brand?
Sure. I network a lot. I also do a lot of speaking. I speak at networking groups and events, and I actually am going to be emceeing a large women's conference coming up soon. I host my own women's retreats, as well as a live event that I do every year. Actually, I had the inaugural event in 2017. So we're moving to the second one this year in 2018. So I just, make it known. I get out there and I meet people. When I first moved here to Nashville, of course, I didn't know anyone. So I did a lot of networking. I just got out because I love connecting with people. I don't even call it networking. I call it connecting with people and building relationships. That's what it's all about. So the more I can get out and connect with women and really get to know them and let them get to know me, that's how I've built my business.
That is
Yeah.
beautiful. Let's talk about your retreat. There are many people that love to go on retreats, especially when they're healing retreats.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
That's a
This
beautiful thing.
retreat, oh my God, Lenny, this retreat is going to be so amazing.
Give it to
I
me.
wanted to do a women's retreat like when I first moved to Nashville, but you know how it is when you first relocate, you don't know a lot of people. And I kept saying, I don't know enough people. I don't want to do it. But it was in my heart. It kept burning in my heart that you have to do a retreat for women. You really have to do a retreat. So one day I just said, you know what? I'm going forward. I'm doing it. I did a Facebook Live, and I normally do Facebook Lives, and I'm on my Facebook Live, and I just said, you know what? I'm thinking of doing a women's retreat. And I want to have 8 women. 8's my favorite number.
So you like to keep them small?
Yes, so that they'll open up, so that they'll feel free. They'll feel like they can connect with one another and not have to hide behind the mask of trying to be perfect or trying not to show the scars and the wounds that we all have, right? So I announced it just on that Facebook Live and said, I'm thinking of doing it. What do you guys think? Women started commenting, oh, yes, let me know, let me know. And I announced it a second time and said, okay, I guess I'm doing this. I'll let you know when the sales page is up, right? I put the sales page up, and Lindy, in 2 weeks, it was full.
What?
It was, yes.
How
yes.
much notice do you give for your retreats? Is it a year notice? Is it 6 months? What is that?
I tried to give a year, but again, it was full in 2 weeks.
Wow.
So, it doesn't take much if women are really, really interested in doing it. So I put it out there, and in 2 weeks' time, I got my 8 women, and they have been waiting for this day. We leave on March 1st. They are so super excited. They cannot wait. They keep emailing me saying, I can't wait. I can't wait. And I'm even more excited because I know what I have planned for them. I'm
Where are you
bringing my
going?
personal chef. We're going to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It's a 5-star resort, Riverstone Spa and Resort. I'm bringing my personal chef. She's going to cook the meals for them. I'm bringing 2 massage therapists. They're going to handle their massages for me. Or when they leave that retreat, they're going to be different women for sure.
How many days is the retreat?
It's 3 days.
3 days. That's
3 days.
beautiful.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So you're how many retreats are you doing in 2018?
I'm planning to do one, but here's what I know will happen. After we finish this one, I believe that the women will come back so changed, and they'll have such amazing testimonies that I may have to do 2 in 2018.
Sounds
I'm open
that
to
way.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am so open to that. Yeah.
Oh, please do. And
Yeah.
I want our listeners to be able to get in touch with you, and I want them to be able to watch for your next retreat, because I know you. I know being in just one space with you and the energy and how.
It's going to be amazing.
Ooh, I am.
It's going to be amazing.
It is going to be incredible, incredible.
Yeah.
And how can they stick and stay with you so they can get the updates of when you're going to be throwing your next retreat?
Absolutely. You can reach me at ValeriePriester.com, and I am Valerie Priester on all social media. Not hard to find me at all.
There you go. So if they go, you have a fan page on Facebook?
They can find me there on my website if they go to valeriepriester.com.
I love it. I just love that.
Yeah.
So,
And guess what I have with me today?
yeah, hello. What are you holding up? From Tennessee, you have one of my hearts? Bring it on.
You know, I carry them in my purse. I have 2 or 3 that you gave me, and I carry them in my purses because they're near and dear to my heart, Linda, because you are such an amazing person. You're such an amazing person. And I thank you for this opportunity. I really do.
Oh my goodness. Well, I receive that. I receive it. 2018 is going to be such a blessed year for so many
Yes.
that are willing because they planted their seed and now they're just doing some harvesting and fertilizing and they're starting to sprout out. You know, it's like the bamboo that takes over 5 years to grow, but once it starts growing, that's it, right?
That's it. That's
My
it. And
goodness.
those are the things that we have to do is plant the seeds, right? So I talk about designing your victory. Can I just touch on that for just
Please
a
do.
moment?
Please do.
So let me tell you 3 key things to design your business. Number 1, you must have a vision. If you don't have a vision, how will you know when you get there? So you must get very clear on what it is that you want for your life. When you're clear on what you want for your life, the second thing is to acknowledge, accept, and act on your gifts and your talents that God has already given you. When you begin to do that, you'll step into your purpose and you'll start to live a life that you never even thought was possible for you. But it's all about designing that life. See, we think life happens to us, but it doesn't. It happens for us. And because of that, we get to design the life that we really want. So that's step number 2, acknowledge, accept, and act on your gifts and your talents. Number 3, always be a lifelong learner. Always. Because you can never learn enough. You can never stop learning, right? That's how I got to meet the amazing Lindy in this Happiness Jungle, is in an environment where we're learning. And that's who I am. I'm always reaching for more, always striving for more, because I know that there's greater things out there for me. I know that there's greater possibilities, not only for me, but for you as well. And that's how you design your victory so you can live your dreams.
That is so true. Never allow anybody to steal. You know, this is the year of the cookies for the Happiness Jungle. It's all about how to maintain a positive, productive posture while your cookies are crumbling. And
Ooh, love it.
hello. And you are giving so many delicious tips on exactly
you.
what we're speaking about.
Thank you. I love that. When your cookies crumble, I'm going to remember that.
Because isn't it true, whether it's business, whether it's personal, no matter what the challenge is, if I've been through it and I've grown through it, then I could teach you how to do the same thing. And that's exactly what we do, is that we live in a purpose and then we go ahead and we help people fill their purpose.
Yes,
know?
indeed. Indeed.
Yeah. So,
Awesome.
yeah, and there you are in Tennessee. I'm out here in New Hampshire. We met in Florida, but yet we both lived in Florida. We never met in Florida.
It's all good, though. We're
It is
connected
all
now,
good.
and it can never be broken.
It will never, ever be broken. You know what? And I am going to really pay attention and watch. I want to be one of the first to be notified about your retreat, the
Absolutely.
next one that's being put together, because I would absolutely love to be there. I love retreats. I love to be able to go, and I love to be able to empty and then re-pour and then go back out there. And I always say, you know, the day that I pass, the day that the good Lord takes me back, I absolutely have to be completely emptied, because this way I know that I've given everything that I was supposed to give. You know, those wings just didn't stop flapping. I guess that's why I want to be cremated. Just keep on flapping. Just put it out, right? You know, you can't put me under the ground. That's not going to be good. Oh, my gosh.
That's exactly how I feel. I don't want to leave any morsel of being able to empower someone else to live the dreams that they want. And so I'm so passionate about having people really live their life, Lindy, because I know what it's like. I didn't come from a silver spoon, right? I was from divorced parents. My grandparents raised me. I had this one aunt who always criticized me, always said, you're never going to be anything. You're never going to amount to anything. And I sought out to prove her wrong. But there was a time, Lindy, when even though I was doing everything I could to try and prove her wrong, and I would always excel in my corporate jobs right quickly. I've always been a leader, so I always rise to leadership very quickly. But the moment I decided that I was going to step into this thing called entrepreneurship, oh my goodness, her voice came back like a vengeance. And I would get so far and I, have a little bit of success. And then I would hear her voice say, "You're never going to be anything. You can't do that." And I made the decision. I decided one day, because it's really all about just a decision.
That's what it is.
And I decided one day that that's not going to be my destiny. I decided one day that I'm going to get a vision. And when I get that vision, I'm going to work towards that vision. I'm going to acknowledge and act on my gifts and my talents. And that's what I started to do. And ever since then, in this space that I now live in, it is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I love it. I love every bit of it. I love hearing my clients say, you said this thing to me and I can't quite remember it word for word, but I know that the words that you spoke is the reason why I decided to make a difference and make a change in my own life. I love hearing that.
Yeah.
And when I hear that, it fuels my soul and it just lets me know that I am on the right track, that this is greater than me. It's far greater than me.
Yeah.
And that it is what I have created for. And I love every moment of it. Every moment.
My goodness. Wow. You have a YouTube channel too, don't you?
I do. I have to do more videos. I have to become like the great Lindy.
No.
Those videos.
You are great. You have so much greatness within you that you shine. Together, as long as we keep walking side by side, we glorify the world. And that's the beauty of it. That's what we do.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm excited that you have YouTube. I'm excited that you do FaceTime Live. You record and you save all of your FaceTime Lives, right?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Because there was a time when FaceTime first came out with FaceTime Live that you weren't able to save it. And I said, they will never own me. That's one thing that I made sure. And it wasn't because I didn't want to, I don't want to be owned. but it was more important that my content always kept and was safe with me so nobody could change anything within it. So until Facebook was giving us the ability to save it, I wasn't doing FaceTime Live.
Wow. Okay.
I would do a
That
video.
makes sense, though.
Yeah, I would do a video. I would go ahead and do what I had to, and then I would post it. But now that Facebook, is more friendly, I accept that. And now I love to, because when you speak, and I've watched your feed. I've watched you speak on FaceTime Live. I watched the feed, and the people are saying, you have no idea how much I needed you right now.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes. Because we don't know, there's a word in all of us that when we let that word out, when we're free to let it out and we start to really share from our hearts what we know to be true and what we know can change the lives of other people, we don't know where people are at the moment that they're hearing from us. Right? I remember doing a live one morning. I was leaving physical therapy and I did a Facebook Live and I was talking about how afraid I was to go to physical therapy. I'd hurt my knee and I dealt with the knee pain for probably 8 or 9 months. And I kept saying, I'm too afraid to go to physical therapy. Well, I went to physical therapy and it turned out to be the best thing in the world for me. My therapist was amazing. But I can tell you, Lindy, the first time he had me get on a bike, tears just started to roll down my face.
Sure.
Because I kept saying, oh my God, I'm so afraid of this. You know how you pamper something for so long that you forget certain moves? I had forgotten how to go downstairs because I pampered that knee for so long. Well, I did this Facebook Live talking about how we are fearful to move forward because we think the worst, but yet the worst is really not happening. But we think the worst and we create that in our minds. And so we don't move forward. And I talked about how you have to move forward even in the midst of fear. And my daughter called me about an hour after that live. And she said, Ma, I keep telling you that you have this thing about you to motivate and encourage and inspire other people. She said, my friend, and I'm like almost tearing up here. My friend was in bed, depressed didn't want to get out of bed, and something made her go to your Facebook page at the moment that you hit the live button. And she heard your voice. She listened to the whole live. She is up making phone calls. She's up trying to look for a new job. She is really in a totally different place because of 10 minutes on a Facebook Live. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. And when I hear that, I just know, I mean, it gives my heart, it just, oh my goodness, it just fills me up because I know that's what we're here for.
You are
And
victorious.
Absolutely.
Yes,
and I want
you are.
everyone else to be victorious too.
Yes, yes, yes. Own it.
Yeah.
Own
Yes.
it. Own it. And you're so right. You know, nothing comes easy. And if everything came easy, then how could we possibly grow in this world, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So this is my life. This is what I enjoy. You know, my husband says, I don't know how you do that, but you have this thing, you know.
Yes, you do.
And I said, I don't know either, but this thing is what I live with, right?
Yeah.
This thing is what has not only transformed the lives of other people, but it transformed my life.
Right.
Because this wasn't always my life. I was that girl who was afraid. I was that girl who wasn't, didn't have enough confidence to step out and really believe that I could do what I wanted to do. Didn't have enough confidence to believe that I could own a successful business and run a successful business.
Right.
Even though every job I've ever had, I was in leadership within 3 months. Every single job.
Right.
Because I know that I'm born a leader.
Yeah.
Right? But when it came to trying to do that for myself and build a business for myself, I didn't have the confidence or the courage to do that.
That's right.
I had to do this very same work that I do with other women to help them design their victory. I had to do that work. So I'm talking about what I know, not something that someone has told me. I'm talking about what I've experienced in my own life. And this has changed my life completely. I've been through this is my third marriage, okay? But this one, oh my goodness.
This one.
Right? Because I did the work. I had to do the internal work on me.
Right.
And when I really began to understand that I was valuable, that I was worth something, that I was worthy of the best, and that I loved myself, my soulmate, I call him Boaz, showed up, right? And here I am 18 years later with a life that I hardly recognize.
Right. So now let me ask you something, because there are many people out there that are looking for their next relationship. Online dating, or it was an online dating how you met your husband?
No, actually, I met my husband through some friends, and I wasn't even in the market for anyone.
Right,
I wasn't even looking.
That's usually when it happens, right?
Right. I was at that moment in my life where I had gone through doing the work, and I was still in the process of doing the work. And you know how you get really comfortable and you know that you're okay with you.
Yes.
That you are loving the skin you're in, you're loving the person that you are, and I was perfectly fine with me.
Yes.
Here comes my soulmate.
Okay.
Weren't even looking for him. And we connected the moment that we met.
Yeah.
We dated for a year and got married. Like I said, he whisked me off to Brazil. I mean, this took a lot because I was a single parent for many, many years. And to marry someone and have them take me out of the country, I was like, oh my goodness, how can I do that?
The reason that I brought that up wasn't really to go deep into the marriage, but to help people understand that they will never be ready for a healthy relationship until they are healthy within themselves and they believe in themselves and they want more for themselves and they play with themselves.
You got it.
You
got it. That's the only way.
That is
can't
the only
show up
way
until you get there. That's right.
So they keep on going through these because they keep on going through these relationships, and it's the same one after the same one after the same one because it's a pattern.
Yes.
People go, well, what's wrong with them? No, what's wrong with you? You got to have the reflection. Hello, right? Reflect.
You haven't done the work.
You have to do the work.
Until you do the work on you.
Yeah.
Until you get clear about who you are, what you deserve, and what you have to offer
That's right.
and bring to the table and stand on that and know that,
Yeah.
you can't walk into a healthy
You
relationship.
cannot. And we're almost out of time. Can you believe it? We are almost, I know, we're almost out of time. And I want to get this in because so many people think that free is good. Free is not good. You have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in yourself, smack that cash out like if you're putting on a new tattoo or smoking or drinking, right? Seriously.
That's
Invest in yourself and it will come back to you so many times over and over again.
Yes.
Right?
And here's what I say. If you can't invest in you, who will?
Yes.
Who will? If you can't stand for yourself,
Yes.
if you can't put out your best foot, and if that means monetarily, then that's what you have to do.
Yes.
Because you're the one that has to sing your praises. You're the one that has to keep yourself encouraged and uplifted. And you can't do that unless you do the work.
Uh-huh.
You cannot do that unless you work. And sometimes doing the work requires you to put some skin in the game.
Oh yeah, and you're gonna cry, and it's gonna be painful, because you are facing your inner demons. But the only way to get those inner demons out of you is fight.
Right.
Fight for yourself. Fight for yourself.
it.
Love yourself. Believe in your strength,
Right.
and then you'll be ready for the next thing that comes into your life. Business relationship, personal relationship, your self relationship. Right.
That's right.
I want you to
and
tell.
that self-relationship is the most important one.
It's the most important
Until you get a good, healthy relationship with yourself,
That's right.
you can't have it with anyone else.
You cannot.
No one else. No, you can't have it with your family. You can't have it with friends. You can't have it with business partners. And you certainly can't have it with a significant other.
No.
It must start with you.
It is so true. So true.
Yeah.
Again, quickly, Valerie, before we run out of time, let them know, how do they get a hold of you?
ValeriePriester.com and Valerie Priester on all social media.
Thank you, Valerie, so much for
you.
joining me. My goodness, this has been so amazing. And everybody, we never said that life was easy, but we did say that you can be happier. Listen to the words and the wisdom of our victorious excuse
Victorious
me.
life.
Oh my God. Oh, goodness gracious. Valerie, thank you so much. You are victorious. You are an angel. And I am very, very blessed to call you a friend and a sister. And even though you're in Tennessee and I'm in New Hampshire, I'm throwing you mega, mega loves.
We're connected.
Amen.
We're connected.
Amen.
Connect. I love you.
Connect with Valerie. You will be so happy you did. Thank you, Valerie.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.